Hello everyone, my name is Henriette Tina. I am an effective presentation workshop student and I'm here to guide you through the process of making a presentation. Let's begin. So, your boss tells you that you need to do a presentation for your clients, alright? So, you already know what you're going to talk about, you have a little bit of an idea of your topic. But the first thing that you need to do is to set your purpose and your objectives. What do you want your audience to leave knowing about your topic? Then you need to know your audience. As you know, they are your clients, but it is better if you know their backgrounds. That means from which country they are from, which religion do they practice, even if you can know, I don't know, which football team they support, because sometimes that really helps you to avoid doing jokes that your audience will not like. Now, the third thing that you need to do is to define your topic. That means you need to set boundaries. Which topics that are related to yours you're not going to touch, and which topics that are related to yours you will touch. Then you need to arrange your material. That means you're going to gather every document, every investigation that has been made, and you're going to grab your own experience and arrange them together so you can make your presentation. So, after that, you're going to compose a little bit of a, let's call it a sketch of your presentation. You're going to arrange it so you know what to say first, you know what to say second, you know what to say third. Usually that means first you go with your introduction, then you go with all of the presentation of your topic, and you finish with your conclusions. We'll talk about this later. Then you're going to make your visual aids, just like mine's right now. Visual aids should be visual, as the name says so. They should include colors, they should include shapes and graphics if the topic requires it. Also, they need to be really simple so your audience doesn't get overwhelmed. Remember those. Okay. Then you need to practice. You should always practice before making your presentations, because if you do not, then your audience will know that you are improvising and they will point it out and it will be just like a total mess. So you make your adjustments. Let's say that when you practice, you tape yourself, you record yourself, and you realize that you're not actually talking as much about your main topic as you would like to. Then what you need to do is to make your adjustments in your visual aids or in your index cards if you have them. Then the day comes and you are in the place where you're going to present. You need to analyze everything. You need to check that the lighting's right, that the sound is right, that the seats of your audience are right, because sometimes technical issues can really affect on your presentation. Well, before you go and make your speech, you need to practice it, and practice it until you are satisfied. Also, it is very important to know the types of presentation. Here we have the three most common types of presentation. We have the informative presentation, just like mine. I'm informing you what to do before a presentation, but we also have this presentation which is called persuasive. This is the kind of presentation that you would do for your clients, because you want them to persuade them to buy your product or to invest in your project or to donate for your charity event. Alright? Now this one is the goodwill presentations. Those usually make you feel better, those are entertaining, and they have many purposes. But mostly, well, you know, they are for goodwill, like the name says. So, you also need to know that there are many communication skills. We are not just talking about your voice, which is a very important asset, but it's not the only. So we have the verbal skills. That means your voice, your pitch, your rhythm, and your volume. Okay? You need to work on those, because your audience is not going to know what you are talking about if you are not talking loud enough or clear enough. But that's not it. People only get 30% of your speech from your verbal skills. The other thing is your non-verbal skills. That means your body language. That means how you are dressed. That means many things. And we also have here written. There you go. The written skills. That means when you're sending text on your visual aids. That means many things. But we also have, that's just for the written things. For the visual things, we have the visual skills. That means your visual aids. As we have already talked about, they should be clear, they should be brief, and they should be interesting for your audience. And speaking of audience, you need to know how to handle each audience because there are many types. First, we have the one that doesn't know. That means that when you have one of those audiences, you need to be really clear, really informative of your topic because they have no knowledge about it. And they will probably pay attention to you. But you first need to remind them how important it is for them to know about your topic. Then we have this is the unaware audience. This is the uninterested audience. That means they already know about your topic. They already know many things and they think they should not know anymore, so they are no longer paying attention to you. Well, what you should do to handle this kind of audience is to remind them that this topic is important for them, and in order to gain their attention, you need to explain the topic, but from a different angle, one that they don't know about yet, so they become interested once again. Then there is this kind of audience that will disagree to you. It is they will probably pay attention to you, and they will probably ask a lot of questions for you, and that could make you nervous. But what you need to do, you need to first set common ground with them, and then logically speak towards them accepting your topic and stop disagreeing with you. Well, and there's the last kind of audience. That is the audience that is favorable, that it is most likely to agree with you and to want to know about your topic. But sometimes they will show no commitment to it. What you need to do is to remind them that they are important for you, that it is very important for them to really, really capture what you are saying on your presentation. And that's it. That's how we conclude with the effective presentation tips. Thank you for your attention.